What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, y'all? What's the tea? It's already 35 of you guys up in here, and I'm very appreciative of that, okay? And as I told you guys already, 2026 is the year of, what is it? The year of engagement. If it's 45 people up in here, then we need 45 people in the comments. More engagement means more, ways into the algorithm, and not to mention more likes, more engagement, more everything. That's all we need is more engagement this year, and that's all we're looking for, honey. That is it. That is all. Also, I don't know if you guys watched last night's episode of the Ooh Ladies First panel, but we had a great announcement. Now, if you don't know already, the Ooh Ladies First panel is doing their very first live show here in Atlanta on May the 2nd. And guess who is their special guest and host? It is yours truly, Scotty by Nature TV. So yes, I will be hosting the Ooh Ladies First live show on May the 2nd here in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you have not bought your tickets, make sure you guys go and do that, you guys. Okay. All right. This is going to be my very first hosting. I have been booked to host before, but the hosting gig that I did have last year, they had to cancel it due to the person that was throwing the event going to the hospital for emergency surgery and stuff like that. But baby, I still got my money and things like that. So they still paid me for my time, even though I never got the chance to, host it. But, they still gave me my money, and I ain't mad at that. But yes, Bondy, Jamie, Niecy, they tapped me in to host their live show. And when I tell you guys, when Jamie first reached out to me about it, it was an automatic yes. But I was so surprised that they asked me. And I know I said that on their panel last night, that I was very surprised that they asked me. And it was like, well, why wouldn't we ask you? Because I feel like there's a lot of other people that they could have asked. There's a lot of people that are actually better at this than me. And there's a lot of people that has a bigger name than me that they could have asked to host this. But the fact that they thought of me enough to ask me to host this for them, and they trusted me enough to do this for them, was amazing. So I really do appreciate the Ooh Ladies First panel, because here's the thing. These girls are my real friends in real life. They're my sisters in real life, and I really support everything that they do. And I am so glad that they gotten up to the point to where they wanted to do a live show. And let me tell y'all, Josiah has been trying to get me to do a live show or a meet and greet of some sorts for so long now, to the point to where I was just like, oh my God, I'm not going to do it. Ain't nobody going to show up. But Josiah said, fuck this. I am going to plan something for you, and you're going to do it regardless of whether you want to or not. So I just appreciate Bondy, Jamie, and Niecy for giving me that opportunity. I really do appreciate it, because sometimes, because I've been on here for like 15 and a half years, people be like, oh, Scotty, you need to stop thinking so low of yourself, and you need to stop doing this, and you need to stop doing that, and all this other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So I got to just put it in my mind that I got whatever it takes, like everybody else, to really, really, really go into this and do it the way I want to do it, and really just stop doubting myself, because I allow the thoughts and the opinions of other people sometimes to really get to me, and it makes me question myself and my worth. And baby, I'm worth a lot more than what I give myself. You know what I mean? And I just love it. You know what I mean? So I love the Ooh Ladies First panel, and I love the Scotty gang for always being down with me, honey. I really do appreciate it. Now we're going into the 5-minute mark, and the 76 of you guys up in here, and you know that the goal with every single live that we do is to have over 100 plus people in our lives every single time that we go live. So make sure you guys like this chat up right now as we go on to the 5-minute mark. Kendra, as far as the scene goes, the scene will be on tomorrow. Because the episode is so big this time, like it's like a supersized episode of some sorts, it won't be on tonight due to the editing aspect of it all. It was a lot that they had to edit out, because some scenes were longer than others. It was my book release was most of the episode, so they had to edit a lot and chop a lot of shit out of it. And he's a first time editor, so it took more time to edit this episode than it did the other episodes. And plus, this is supersized episode, so it's more than an hour. It's probably like an hour and 30 minutes of some sort, pretty much. Okay. So that's why the scene is coming on tomorrow. But yeah, so let's get let's get this chat lit up with nothing but flames. We got 15 more seconds. Let's get it lit up, you guys. Let's get it lit up. It's 89 of you guys up in here. And okay, we got 7 more seconds. Let's light it up, y'all. 7 more. 3 more seconds. 1. Okay, so we're at the 6-minute mark, and it's time for us to get into the show. Now, as I said before, I want you guys to engage as much as you possibly can. Let me go ahead and mention all of my moderators that are here tonight to make sure that the chat is cleaned up, to make sure that everybody's engaging and everything else. And I see Tammy Talks up in here, my girl Tammy. Hey, girl. Okay, so shout out to Sharice, Norris, Kendra, Payne, Miss Ann. Who else is in here that's a moderator? I think those are all the moderators that's in here tonight. Let me see. Miss Dee and Aaliyah Brittany. Shout out to you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. Okay. Now let's start off with the very first story. I want to get this story out of the way. And this is involving Tasha K and Bondy Blue. So I want to start off with this right now. Okay. And I have been going back and forth about talking about this. Number one of these people are my friend in real life. Number 2, while I disagree with some of the things that the other person does, I do respect them in their grind, and I do admire their grind and how they built their brand from scratch. And, you know, this person has wanted me to interview them in the past once before, and they also follow me on Instagram. So I don't have no personal problem with the other person. So it's like I got respect for both ladies. One of these ladies are my friend, and the other one is just one of my, I guess, can I say that I'm Tasha K's peer? I don't know if I'm Tasha K's peer or not. You know, sometimes when we talk about peers and stuff like that, it'd be like, well, who is really my peer? Like, I feel like my peers are people like Bondy or people like Jamie and Ashley and Rocks and probably Spill It Boy TV, giving you the real tea. Really be like people like that are my peers, but I don't know. Would you guys say that Tasha K is my peer? Tammy Talks is a peer. You know, would y'all say that Tasha K is a peer? Am I like people like Tasha K, Armand, Storm Monroe? Would y'all say that those are my peers, or are they too big to be my peers? Before we get started, I do want to know y'all thoughts on that part first. Like, would y'all say that those 3 are my peers? Okay, I see symmetry in here. Okay, I see. Let me see. Yes, you are a peer. Yes, you are a peer. Yes, you are a peer. I consider them your peer. Y'all both work on YouTube, so yes. Okay. So everybody pretty much said that they consider them my peer, right? Okay. So let me go ahead and get into it, y'all. And I really want y'all to know that I have struggled with talking about this, but I feel like, you know what, I'm going to talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I do have my own opinions, and very objective opinions at that, right? So let's get into it. So Tasha K and Bondy, okay? Now, maybe about 2 years ago, Tasha K started working with my girl Bondy Blue. She had her guest hosting for her when she was away. And not to mention, she had this little panel going on her platform called The Wine is the New Tea. I think it was Bondy on there. Sean Davy Way was on there with her, as well as William DeSantis. He was on there too. Okay. So that's when I was watching it. Okay. That's when I was watching it, when it was them 3 on there, right? So they were working together. And I'm not going to lie to you, I read comments like everybody else, and a lot of people was giving Bondy a whole lot of grief about working with Tasha due to a lot of the fallouts, the public fallouts that Tasha had in the past. Like, she had a falling out with like Lovely T. You know, we've seen her have beef with Armand. We've seen her have beef with Storm, you know, just to name a few people. I think it was Daytime Tea Talk or something like that. It was several different people that Tasha have, you know, butt heads with, or people that she's worked with that no longer works with her. So, you know, Bondy started working with Tasha or whatnot. And so here's my thing. And I've been seeing a lot of people say this, right? Bondy is a solid individual. I know Bondie personally, and one thing about Bondie is she's not going to mince her words and she's not going to change her opinions or her mind on anything, whether she works with you or not, right? So Bondy has had like certain opinions of Tasha K long before she worked with her. When she was working with her, she still kept it real when she was working with her. And when she stopped working with her, she continuously kept it real with what she felt when she after she worked with her. So when I'm looking at different panels, because I've watched a lot of people's videos that's covered this story, right? And I'll even say some names of the people that I watched. I watched Sean Davy Way talk about it. I watched Michelle Brown, AT Alien, talk about it. I listened to Queen Sheba this morning. They were talking about it. Like, I listened to quite a few people on YouTube talking about it. Conscious TV was the first one to talk about it. I listened to his the day that everything happened. And here's the thing. I don't see people keep trying to call Bondie two-faced, and I really don't see her having two faces. Bondie has had the same face since I've known her. And what I mean by that is Bondie stands firm on what she feels. She really don't change her mind about shit. She really don't she really don't sway from one side to the next. Like, whatever Bondie felt about Tasha, she said it, whether she was working with her or not. Like, I watch her videos and I feel like Bondie was very consistent in a lot of her opinions or the way that she felt when it came down to Tasha K and some of the things that she was saying. I don't ever felt like she was I have never felt like she was ever two-faced or anything like that. I know a lot of people probably looked a certain type of way when she started working with her, but I don't see why they would, because it ain't like she switched. It ain't like she changed her mind. You know how sometimes, now I will say that at some points, Bondie was giving Tasha just a little bit of grace, but even though she was giving her just a little bit of grace, she was still keeping it real about what she said. The opinions were the same, and I don't even think that she was being disrespectful about anything that she said. It's just that's the way that it came across. And I feel like sometimes people feel like just because somebody gave you an opportunity or because somebody worked with you, that means you're at their mercy for the rest of your life. No, just because I work with you, just because you gave me an opportunity does not mean I have to agree with every little thing that you say. And I have to shy away from speaking on you just because I worked with you at one point in time, or you gave me an opportunity. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way. I don't think that she did anything that was kind of like disrespectful to her at all. Like, she felt like Tasha is transphobic and homophobic. A lot of people feel that way about her, about some of the comments that she makes. And I remember, and I was watching and I remember looking at the comments, and I saw Michelle Brown. She was in the comments, and I think she said something about people being male identified. My thing is, when it come down to Bondie, Bondie is nowhere near male identified now. If you watch her content, then you would know that there's nothing male identified about that girl. That girl give me in hell a lot of the times when you watching her damn videos. Okay, like, she goes in on the niggas most of the time when you watching her videos. So she's always stepping up for Black women in most of her content. So I could never say that she was male identified. Now, I'm not saying that particular comment was for Bondie. That's not what I'm saying. But I know I saw her, saw that comment, where, the Bondie and Tasha K stuff was actually being talked about. And I'm like, well, I know that can't be for Bondie, because, baby, she is not male identified in the least bit. Nothing of the sort ever being male identified at all. I don't see her being male identified. Like I said, if you watch her videos, baby, you would goddamn know that she ain't male identified now. Sometimes when I be watching, I be like, oh, you my sister, but goddamn, you gotta drag us like that, God. You gotta drag the men like that, because regardless of me being gay, I'm still a man. Okay, I'm still a man. So sometimes when she be saying shit, I get stung by some of the shit, because I'm a man too. So, it is what it is. So she is not male identified. And I just think that she stands on business. And this was a business transaction. That's basically what it was. Like, you giving me an opportunity. And another thing too, I need for people to not say that Bondie was made by Tasha, because Tasha did not make Bondie. She did not make Bondy, okay? Just like Tasha built her brand from scratch, Bondy built hers from scratch. Me and Bondy started on YouTube around the exact same time. I started in late 2010. She started very early 2011. So we basically come from the class of 2011, 2010. Like we started literally at the same time. She soared and she got a bigger fan base than I do. But at the same point in time, like she did her thing and she built it from scratch. She did it by herself. And if I'm not mistaken, she got her 100K before she even stepped foot on Tasha K's platform. Now let's not act like her going to Tasha K's platform did not put a little bit of up in her subscribers, because it probably did. Like, this is a whole audience that probably don't even know you. This is an audience that got 1.2 million subscribers. Yes, girl, go over there, get your coin, go over there, do what you got to do. So I'm pretty sure that it put her in front of faces that probably had never seen her before. So yes, she probably did. Ain't no probably. I'm sure she got something out of the deal by working with Tasha K at that particular time, because Tasha K got a big ass audience. So she did gain something by doing that. But Tasha did not Tasha didn't make Bondy. You know what I mean? So just like, Tasha's that girl, Bondy's that girl in her field. Tasha's that girl with the gossip. Bondy is her girl is that girl in her lane. Like, they both are that girl. And we don't need to sit up here and get on platforms and try to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, like Bondy is wrong for having an opinion. She can have her opinion, just like Tasha got her opinion about people. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, I respect Tasha K for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, I even have my opinions on her. And my thing is this, like, there's a lot of YouTube creators that I'm a fan of, or I see as like an inspiration of some sorts that I look up to and something like that, but I don't always agree with them. Like, for example, like Funky Dineva. I don't always agree with him. There are some instances where I do. Then there's some instances I have to call out the bullshit that he's saying. But as a gay male in this realm, I definitely respect his hustle as well. And I also respect him as a content creator. Do I agree with a lot of the methods that he uses? Absolutely not. Do I agree with some of the shit that he says? Absolutely not. But I won't be stupid enough to say that he didn't grind and do what he's supposed to do. And I would be dumb to say that he didn't inspire a lot of the gay male YouTubers like myself, because he did. Armand Wiggins is another person that is a big inspiration on me. We worked together one time. Do I agree with everything that Armand has said? No. I always have, said when he was right and said when he was absolutely dead as wrong. But I respect Armand and what he brings to the table. Love him and love everything that he does. I worked with Storm Monroe at least 3 or 4 times already. He's a very great guy. I love him to death. He's very supportive of me and everything that I always have going on. And he's also a big inspiration to me. It's a whole lot of content creators that I respect and support, but don't always live for some of the shit that comes out of their mouth or some of the things that they say. So that's just one of those things over here. Let me look at y'all comments real quick. Let me see. I see both sides. I can see how Tasha K can feel blindsided and hurt by Bondy's comments. And I also can understand how and Bondy feels how she feels. Exactly. I can see it. Bondy was on before Tasha, but Tasha K surpassed Bondy by hundreds of thousands. They both do different things. Absolutely. Scotty, that's why you're shining, because of your spirit, such a great person. Thank you, Lakia. Everybody else got it out the dirt. Right. Bondy been that girl before Tasha. Yeah, like I said, I would never take away nobody else's grind and nobody else's success. I ain't never been that nigga at all. Like, my whole thing is I always support other content creators. Like, I love working with other content creators. That is my specialty. I love working with other content creators. Like, it's probably one of the biggest, like some of my favorite things to do. I love it. You feel what I'm saying? I just enjoy it 100%. And it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and like I said before, I actually fuck with both ladies. Like I like them both, and I hate to see them here. But y'all know Bondie is my friend in real life, but that's not the only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I really do feel this way. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is exactly how I really feel. Like I don't think that Bondie was out of line or out of pocket or just did something that was completely like fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just don't feel that way at all. So that's just what it is for me. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. Yes, I love your channel and I would love to work with you one day. Oh, yes, I'm here for that. I like watching your panels. Thank you. I think if more people would realize what's meant for you, would deliver and just keep it positive like you. And you know what? Before we move on to the next topic, right? I just want to say this because I said something along the lines of this on the Ooh Ladies First panel last night. And I always tell people, don't be a Scotty. And what I mean by don't be a Scotty is I doubt myself a lot. And I don't think much of myself a lot. Like most people think more about me than I think of myself. Like Josiah give me my flowers all the time. Like I don't know how to receive flowers from people. When y'all give me my flowers all the time, it's so hard to receive them. I don't know how to receive them because I don't really, I don't really know how to receive that. Like it's just never, I just don't know. But if I didn't believe, because there was a lot of times where I wanted to stop doing YouTube. Like there was a moment in time where I was going to give all this shit up. This was like maybe 2016. I had maybe been doing YouTube for about 6 years at that point, and I was ready to give it up because I wasn't growing. I wasn't moving up. All of my people that I started with had surpassed me. And I'm just like, what am I doing? And then I'm constantly getting compared to the people that I came up with. Like, oh my God, like, and during this time, me and Justin were still friends. So there were some people saying, Justin, Jaden came out and surpassed you. And, it made me insecure. And I wasn't by any means jealous of him and what he was doing because I supported him and loved him for what he was doing. Even though we don't fuck with each other and we're not friends, I look at him as an inspiration. He inspired me when we were friends. Like I saw the way he grew and shit like that. So I will always give him his kudos for the things that he's done, regardless of the fact that we're not friends and we probably never will be friends again. But I love the way he came up and I love how he's still doing it. You feel what I'm saying? He also comes from that class of YouTubers that I came from. So I'm going to always show him a lot of respect when I speak of him, regardless of what happened in the past. But I was insecure. That shit made me insecure. So I didn't want to do it anymore. But I kept going. And it took me to go through a tragedy where I wound up homeless and living in a hotel for 3 months for me to really realize that this is something that I need to be doing. When I got out that hotel and got in a new house and got me a room with a walk-in closet and I pulled that camera out, it was on like Donkey Kong. And I've been on ever since the pandemic. My channel has grown and it is taking some time to grow. Like, we almost said we teeter-totter into that 60K. We trying to get there, but it's had its moments where it slowed down a little bit. And I'm experiencing my slow moment right now, but that's okay. We're gonna get back up again. We always do. But if I didn't take out that time to really focus and motivate myself to really get up and get out and get some, I would be exactly where I was in 2016. Like I really got up and I'm now well respected in my field. I'm well respected, and like I'm some of your favorite YouTubers. Like I'm very surprised when I hear certain people say that they watch my videos. It's kind of like I had stumbled across some beef sector stuff, and I don't watch that. I know some people that's from that beef sector stuff, but I was so surprised when I saw people from the beef sector that was fans of mine. I'm like, y'all watch me? Y'all watch me? Y'all fans of mine? Like, I was so surprised. Like, I'm very surprised when I see people like go up for me and stuff. Like I remember when I first came into Tisa Tail's comments and shit. Like I was just like, oh my God, she know me. Or just recently when I came up in No Chaser TV's comments and he went up for me. Like that shit was so surprising. So I just say all that to, I don't know how we got on this, but I'm just saying, just don't give up on what you believe in. And that could go for me. That can go for Tasha K. That can go for Bondy. Like we all had something that we loved and something that we wanted to do. And we got it. And we here. You feel what I'm saying? So, shout out to Tasha K and Bondy Blue. Hopefully that's the end of all of that, y'all. Now we're at the 26-minute mark, honey. We at the 26 minute mark, so we finna move on to the next story. Conscious TV gave you a shot 2 days ago. Oh, shout out to Conscious TV. I worked with Conscious one time. We did a panel over here. It was me, him, Bundy, James Colwell, Missy Miles, Bubs the God, and a couple of other people. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we're gonna move on to the next topic of the day, and that is Amy Luciani, y'all. Let's get into her. Now, y'all know what's been going on with her and Dwight Howard. And then, Royce came out and spoke her truth and spoke her mind on this situation. And a lot of people have been mad with Royce about speaking her mind on this situation. And baby, I'm not mad at her for speaking her mind on this situation, child. I'm not mad at all. But, because Amy did come out and speak her mind on some shit that didn't have nothing to do with her. So I'm not really mad at Royce for saying anything about nothing. So apparently we're gonna get into it. Now, an audio of Amy Luciani's 911 call was released, and she says that Dwight locked her out the mansion after losing custody of their daughter. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that real quick. Let me go ahead and remove this. So the neighborhood talk says, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna play the call instead of reading the manuscript on here. Let me go ahead and read. Let me go ahead and play this call.
Well, what's going on is my husband. This will be the third time. Whenever he gets upset, he locks me out of our estate. We live in a 35,000 square foot big home. It's Dwight Howard from the Lakers. Anytime he gets upset with me, I come home, the gate's locked. He just did it again. We had an argument. He lost custody of his daughter last night with CPS. He took it out on me, and he went all ballistic. I come home. I try to go back in the gate. He changed the gate code again. I said, the police came out here before, and they told you. It is illegal to do this to Miss Howard. This is your wife. I've been here for 15 months. We've been married for 12. You can't do this. They warned him. Stop doing it. He did it again. So I'm locked out. I had to walk all the way through the woods, break in the side gate. I'm quite shocked the neighbors haven't called the police on me yet. It's raining. I'm embarrassed. I'm outside the gate. He locked me out again. I was not going to call, but I'm sick of it. I cannot keep being made to sleep in my car when my husband gets mad because he's a multi-millionaire and he's an NBA star. It's wrong. I want somebody to come out here. I don't know my rights as a wife, okay, but for me to be standing outside, it's ridiculous.
Ma'am, I have a few questions for you. What's your first and last name?
It's Amber Howard.
Okay, and I'm just going to ask you some questions. Is there any alcohol or drugs involved today?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any weapons?
What does that mean? Like, do we own them in the house?
Does he have a weapon on him today?
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Do you guys have weapons in the house, though?
Oh, for sure, over 1,000. We have a gun room, a very nice gun room, but that's way far away from the house, on the property.
Okay, and where are you right now?
I'm standing outside in the rain.
And can you go ahead and give me a description of yourself so officers know who to look for? Are you black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
I'm black. I have on, yes, ma'am. I'm black. I have on blue jeans with a gray hoodie and a gray hat.
Gray hoodie, blue jeans, and black hat. Perfect. Okay, and where is he right now?
I have no clue. Our house literally is huge. I don't know where he's at, but I don't know. I'm sure he's looking at me standing at the gate looking stupid. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Do you have your car with you?
No, got Uber down.
Okay. All right, just stay right there for me, and we'll have officers there as soon as possible, okay? Call us if anything changes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay. Well, what's going on is...
Now, is it just me? Or did it sound like the dispatcher was irritated by by Amy? Is it just me? Is it just me, or did the dispatcher sound like completely irritated by her? Maybe that's just me. I mean, I really don't know. But however, right? However, Amy, I hate to keep on saying this, but you did this to yourself. Like, for real. And I normally try to have sympathy for the women that's involved in these kind of situations and stuff like that. Like, I literally be trying to, but when it comes down to her, I just ain't got no sympathy for her. Like, I don't have no sympathy for Amy at all. And that's only because of the fact that she came into this trying to tell another woman that she didn't know what the fuck she was talking about and trying to call another woman a lie. And she was down with the clique, as Aaliyah would say. She was down with the BS that Dwight was on when it was going good for her. But once he started putting her in the mix and trapping her into the bullshit, now she feeling like somebody need to feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for Amy. You know what I mean? And to be honest, the way I feel, baby, you probably could have stayed with Mozzie. To be honest. And it don't seem like he was worth his own damn self, honestly. But girl, if you was gonna go through all this shit, you might as well stay with Mozzie. Am I wrong or what? Because no, ma'am. Because it's bullshit. Like, you sit up here and you looking like Boo Boo the Fool over a man that don't even that want another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, am I wrong for not feeling sorry for Amy? Like, because I don't, and I want to so bad. Like, I would really like to get up here and just give her all of my kind words and just be like, oh girl, I feel so bad for you. Oh girl, I hate that for you. Oh girl, like, I really want to give her all of that. Like, I really want to give her that. I do, but I just don't want, I'm not going to, because like I said before, when I reported on this before, right? I stated that it's one thing for you to get involved with somebody and an ex come to you and tell you something about this man. Now, me personally, I ain't gonna lie to you now. Don't call me stupid when I say this. But when it comes down to me, I don't really give a fuck about your past. I don't really give a fuck about who you dated before. I don't care about any of that. Like, I really could care less about that. Like, I don't care about that. So I don't really want to hear something from somebody from your past, because once I'm with you, what matters is the present. What happened in the past happened before me, so I really don't care about the past. I'm one of them people. You feel what I'm saying? However, if somebody chose to come to me and tell me their story and tell me what they went through when they was with this person, I'm not going to get up here and say that they lying about it. I'm not going to get up here and discount their story. I'm not going to get up here and act like what they said really ain't valid. I'm not going to do none of that, because that's not fair. Because a person can be one way with you and a person can be another way with me. So therefore, I don't really give a fuck about what happened in the past, right? But I'm not going to discount your story. Like, I'm not going to get up here and say that you lying. Wait a minute, man. Is that who I think it is? What's up, Storm? Thank you for rocking. But yeah, I'm not, like, I don't really care about the past. So, but I'm not going to get up here and say that a bitch is bitter because they're telling me about their experience, or I'm not gonna get up here and be like, well, I don't believe you. I think you lying, I think you this, I think you that, because of the fact, any of that. Like, I'm not gonna do that because I just feel like it's unfair. And that's partially why I don't like Toya, right, Lil Wayne's ex-wife. That's partially why I don't like her, because K Michelle said a long time ago, this is because I've been following K Michelle before she got on Love and Hip Hop. Let's be clear. So when K Michelle first came out and told her story about how Myth Hits put hands on her, she was out here saying that she was lying. Instead of just simply saying, I don't know what happened back then, I'm going to stand with my man, I'm going to stand with my husband, she didn't say that. What she chose to do was get her ass up here and say that that girl was lying about what happened, and that's not the case. All she did was say, this man put hands on me, he was controlling me, he did this to me, he did that to me. She wasn't telling you that so you can leave your man. But when you're asked questions about it or whatever, all you have to do is say, well, that's in the past. I really don't know what happened, but that ain't the person that I know. But I'm going to stick beside my man. I'm not discounting her story. I'm not going to tell a woman that she's lying about abuse, but I just know that he ain't never put his hands on me. That's all I know. That's all you can say. But instead, you want to go on a whole campaign and tell people that she lied. And then you hop your ass on Marriage Boot Camp, and this same man tried to almost hit you on camera. So just like, so that's why when it come down to Amy and this Dwight stuff, and when Royce was talking about shit, it's kind of like you tried to discount her story and tell her that she was lying and say that she bitter. And then now you on camera on Instagram Live telling the world that your nigga is on ski slopes. You telling people that your nigga is a crackhead. You telling folks that your nigga do shit to the kids, coaches his kids to lie on you, and you sit up there and you allow it. And now that you have gotten into the fray of things, now you want sympathy and payola. Shit that ain't nobody gonna give you. Get the fuck out of here, Amy. We don't want to hear it, and you need more people. Like, that's just what it is. So you expect for people to actually feel sorry for you after you have decided to bring your ass out here and do that. And then people want to get mad at Royce because Royce is out here. I won't say that Royce is out here basking in it, but she's basically saying, bitch, I told you. But when I said this shit and when I was crying, telling my story, you wanted to say I was a bitter baby mama. I didn't have shit going on. This man tried to ruin me. He tried to run my life. He tried to stop me from having opportunities. He did a lot of shit to me. So my thing is, how you gonna get mad at me for simply just telling the truth? And that's exactly what happened. So people can run it like Royce didn't tell the truth all they want to when she absolutely did. But you got people like Amy that want to sit up here and act like she didn't tell the truth. And now that same truth that you tried to deny is happening to you, now you want people to feel bad for you. The people don't feel bad for you, Amy. People would have been on your side if you didn't do that. But you didn't even know Dwight. And it just felt like you saw a hot ticket because you lost your job on Love and Hip Hop and you decided to hop on that and get you another check. And now he's divorcing you. Now he's divorcing you. And what you got to say for yourself? What you gonna do about that? Now he's divorcing you. You should feel dumb, honestly. That's what I think. I think that you should feel absolutely dumb in this situation. This is what happens when you try to deny somebody else's story and tell them what they went through. You can't do that. And now that we know that he's divorcing you, where you gonna go? Because if people say Love and Hip Hop finna get canceled, so you can't go back there to get no job. So what you gonna do? I don't know, child. And you sitting in that car and showed us that coke that man had. Baby, I bet it sucks to be you right now. Next topic and the last topic of the night is Kandi and Todd. Okay, we got to talk about Kandi and Todd right quick, y'all. Now the blogs and came out here and said that these two have reached a settlement and their divorce. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into that, y'all. So let's get into it. Where we at? So there's an update according to the neighborhood talk, y'all. There's been an update. So this is interesting. After a few seemingly messy months of back and forth between Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker, the former couple has reportedly settled on their divorce details. According to TMZ, the exes notified the court on March 11 that they had worked out a final settlement. By next week, they were instructed to provide paperwork highlighting the details of things like child support. Kandi first broke the news of the split back in November. Initially, Kandi just wanted joint custody of their kids, but Todd asked for primary after citing Kandi's work in New York as the reason. In return, she requested sole custody. Then followed reports that Todd was living in the guest house for free, which Todd claimed was only because she had his things moved out without his knowledge. Now we don't know the exact details of their settlement, but it's good to see that it's over. Any thoughts? Okay. So this is all I'm going to say about this because we really don't know what the tea is. We don't know what the settlement was, but I'm sure we're all going to be sitting back waiting to see what's going to come out in the news or in the blogs or anything like that. But I feel like this. First of all, I'm glad that they reached a settlement. I, for one, hate to see divorces be prolonged because I know that I hate to see seasons. I hate to see divorces be prolonged. I really do. I hate to see it. But I'm glad that this divorce was very quick. Now I'm gonna say this. I do think that Todd was really kind of trying to play a dirty ball game by trying to have primary custody of those kids only because, Kandi was working on Broadway and stuff like that. But my thing is, I feel like joint custody was a even kill, to be honest. Why do you need sole custody just because she's working in New York? Why do you need sole custody for that? You're gonna have joint custody. So what do you mean? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what exactly are you talking about here? Like, you got joint custody, bitch. Like, why are you trying to take the kids from her all together? Like, it don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Hold on. So I mean, I don't know. But from what I heard in the streets, since DB asked me what I heard, because I have heard a lot, but from what I heard in the streets, Todd was basically stalling this whole time. Like, he was literally like stalling. Like, Kandi was already trying to get this over with. They pretty much had like everything handled already before the world even knew that they were splitting up. You know what I mean? Like, they already knew what this was going to be. They already had everything covered. They already had everything handled, everything, before they even announced to the world that they was getting a fucking divorce. They had already had that settled based off of what I heard. But he was out here trying to stall. What you stalling for? What you stalling for? You feel what I'm saying? Why are you stalling? Just let the shit go. Like, it's like Keisha Cole. It is what it is. We just not meant to be. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And I do feel like with this settlement, a part of me kind of feels like Kandi may have had to write a check of some sort. I don't know if she did or not. But something is telling me that she may have had to pay him some type of money so they can go ahead and settle this shit. I know a lot of people online, when you read the comments, a lot of people feel like, she probably ain't got to pay him no alimony or nothing like that, but probably gave him some money to get the fuck on, maybe. I mean, I don't know. But I just don't know. I know that, and then, a lot of people will say that, well, when women go through divorces, they always get alimony from their husbands and child support, so why can't Todd get them? Well, my thing about it is, Todd already knew what Kandi was about when he got with her, when he married her. Like, he knew that she was a hustler. He knew that she worked. He knew that she was going to get it by any means necessary. He knew that already. So why penalize her for that now that y'all are getting a divorce and try to use that against her so you can have the kids to yourself? That's what I think. If you already know how a person is, then why try to use that against them once it's over? Todd was always on the come up, and I'm not mad at that. Like, he always found his, he likes to swerve and find his way in better situations. That's what strong face ass Natalie said, child. That's what she said. Once he heard Kandi say, if it doesn't work out, we can split whatever we did together, and he tried to open up as many joint businesses as he could. Have you noticed that Blaze is closed? The OLG in Midtown is closed. And just when I was intended on going to the OLG out here near me on the south side to go to OLG, they fucking closed. So all of the restaurants that they had together are now closed. And it may be due to this goddamn divorce. She may have just to be through with the whole ordeal. Right. I wouldn't even be mad. I hope she gives him a lump sum and send him on his way. Let him blow it on another failed business. Oh my God. Could be a fair alimony lump sum. That doesn't have to be unfair, but it was already in a prenup to split all of their mutual assets equally and fairly. Absolutely. Kandi has been having a nanny since Ace was born. What can he provide those kids? Right. Kandi wrote a check, in my opinion. He saw Kandi as a meal ticket. I don't know how he make it past 10 years, so Mama Joyce might have been right. The trucking company, the production company, they started. Right. It's a lot. It's a whole lot that comes into play with this. Like, it's not just the restaurants and shit like that. Like, they had a whole production company together and all of those different things. So they did a lot of stuff together. I can say that. They did a whole lot together, honestly. And, it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. Like, they had a whole lot of business together and things like that. So, Let me see. He had his cake and ice cream too, threesome, but just had to have some pie to go along. Yeah, pretty much. So, and I hate this because I loved Kandi and Todd as a couple. Like, I really did. And I remember when I met Todd at the Kandi Cares event when I first moved to Atlanta. He was really nice. He was really, really nice, y'all. Like, Todd was a nice guy when I met him. Like, Mama Joyce, let me tell y'all, I told y'all this before. I met Mama Joyce too. Mama Joyce told me I was handsome, and I was like, oh. Now, if Mama Joyce say I'm handsome, then I know I must be handsome when Mama Joyce said I was handsome, child. Mama Joyce said I was handsome, honey. Okay? I was so tickled. I was very, like, shy and shit when she said that, because I'm a very shy person. Some of y'all might not even believe me, but I am very shy in person. But Mama Joyce said I was handsome. Me and Monietta was kikiing. Me and Carmen was kikiing, honey. Like, it was a good time hanging around the Kandi Todd crew, child. They was some real authentic people. Like, they were not like Hollywood type of niggas. Like, they was like real people. Like, seriously. I think Aunt Nora was there too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they're just real people. Let me see. I do respect that Kandi knew when to throw in the towel. I'm sure it was hard, but why stay and be miserable? And sometimes we do stay in relationships or marriages and be miserable just because we love people. And we really want it to work because we love them. But sometimes we have to figure out if it's really love or are we just comfortable where we are. You know what I mean? Like, is that what it is? Because, you know that a motherfucker really ain't worth your time, and you know that a motherfucker really isn't the one for you, but you still stay and you still try to make things work out for the best on your end, but it don't never work out for the best on your end because of the way things work out, which can sometimes be very, very hard. And I know that it can be hard to deal with some shit like that. Like, I love you, but you make me so fucking miserable, but I still love you. Like, that's some toxic love right there, right? Like when someone makes you miserable, but you still love them so much that you would rather deal with the misery. Yeah, I know how that feels, honey. But yeah, but let me give y'all, like, because I'm trying to make this last for an hour, and I will say that we had like 200 people up in here. For the most part, we did get to 200, so I do appreciate you guys coming in. Now, listen, if you are in this chat and you are new, I need for you guys to make yourself visible. If you're new, you need to go ahead and subscribe, child. And if you tell us that you're new here, the Scotty Gang will welcome you with open arms, honey. We're good people over here, child. We're very good people over here. We're going to treat you right. But let me tell y'all something, y'all. For the last 2 weeks, because y'all know I work at Kroger, one of the Krogers on the south side of Atlanta, child. I've seen 2 people that I know from entertainment in Kroger. Last week, I saw Wingo from Jagged Edge in Kroger. I was looking at him. I was like, that's Wingo from Jagged Edge. But I ain't say nothing to him, though. I ain't say nothing to Wingo from Jagged Edge. I saw Melody Cherie's brother in Kroger. I saw him. He was right in my section. I saw him. Yeah, I did. I saw him. And that ain't my first time ever seeing him either. The first time I ever saw him was at like a strip club. We was at Best Friends. Like we was at a strip club called Best Friends in College Park. That was my first time seeing him there. But he come at my job quite often. Then today I saw, if y'all were fans of Bad Girls Club, I saw Red in Bad Girls Club in Kroger from Bad Girls Club. I saw her. It was so funny seeing her in there. It was so funny seeing her. And I'm like, when did she start living in Atlanta? I thought she was still in Florida. When did she start living in Atlanta, child? But let me tell y'all, I be seeing people, like famous people all the time here. I just don't say nothing to them. Like, my mama be like, do you be walking up to them people saying something? I said, girl, no, I don't say nothing to them people. I'm like, I don't be saying that to them people. I don't listen. I guess it's because we live in Atlanta and we see like famous people like all the time here. So that's probably why it's really nothing to us, because we see people like that every day. I should say hello. You might get an invite to the cookout, but mail might disapprove. Child, I won't go nowhere that mail led. Listen, I'm just saying, I don't say nothing to them people. I don't say nothing to them people. Like, I let them live, child. But one thing about my Scotty Gang folks, if they recognize me out here in Atlanta, they're going to stop me and they going to speak. Okay? But have you seen your face, Rashida and Kirk and Kroger? Child, please. No, I ain't seen them bitches in Kroger. I seen Rashida, though. My friend had went in her store and tried to get me to go in there. And I said, baby, bye. I will be outside. I will be outside. I will be outside, child. I would not go in that store. I would not support nothing she do. Okay. You ain't gonna never get me to go in there, period. And she was in the store too. I was standing right on outside with my fingernail file like this. We got 5 more minutes, y'all. So I'm just gonna freestyle this. I'm just gonna freestyle this the next 5 minutes. But yeah. Even last year at the Boss Baby Awards, well, not last year, the year before last, Lyrica Anderson was in there. Girl, bye. Walk right past her. I ain't give a fuck. I just didn't care. Like, it is what it is. Shout out to Brandon Brown for the $5 super check. Gonna get you Carl and Bando a 6-pack of OE for the finale tomorrow. Child, I do not drink OE. Carl and Bando probably would drink that, but I will not be drinking that, honey. I don't drink that. I get some Moscato, honey. I ain't drinking that. But I will say this, y'all. If you live in Atlanta, just know that yesterday it was hot as shit and today it's cold as fuck. And that is why my ass is stuffy right now. It's going to get down to 39 degrees in the morning. Like, what the fuck? But then it's going to be back to like the 70s over the weekend. Like, what the fuck? Or maybe Kandi agreed to pay off their debts to get rid of Todd and agree to joint custody with no child support, no alimony. Right. Scotty doesn't strike me as a beer drinker. Child, I ain't never been no beer drinker. I don't even like beer is nasty to me. Like, I promise you, beer is nasty to me. I don't see how people drink it. It has to be an acquired taste of some sort because that shit is nasty. Like, why do y'all drink that shit? It is nasty. Have y'all decided what's the plan when y'all come to Houston in June? Not necessarily. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to Really B before I came on this live because we was talking about plane tickets and stuff. And I'm trying to go on and get my plane ticket beforehand. I'm really waiting on Bando because I don't really want to get my ticket before him. Like, I want us to get our tickets at the same time, me, him, and Carl. We want to get our tickets at the same time, child. So I'm trying to wait for them. But, you know, knowing me, if it get too late, I'm going on and get my shit. Okay. Scotty, before you go, do you have any update on Yandy MNDC? No update at all. No update at all. I have not heard anything about Yandy MNDC at all. But y'all, it was nice talking to you guys. It's time for me to go on and get up out of here. But before we do, I got to pay some bills. So instead of tonight, the Scene ATL Supersized season finale will air on tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Be sure to pick up my book, That's Why You're Lonely. It is now available on Kindle and Amazon. So make sure you guys go pick it up. That's Why You're Lonely 2 has been sent in to the publisher. She's about to read over it before she do edits. So yes, That's Why You're Lonely 2 is in the works. So with that being said, this has been your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one.
That 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catching face shots, fire catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact the bitch, I'm the reason, when it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's give.
These bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up, don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho, don't ever play us. This the real hustle, we make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit, talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast, fucking with the best. Get money on the east, plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north, but we run this outside.
Fuck you talking about?
Who the fuck is me?
No, who the fuck is you?